We're gonna start off with a round cake here that's been chilled overnight. Try to cut it in half as best as you can. If it's not perfect, then you can still even it out after. I used a measuring cup to cut out the center here, but you can use whatever you like, especially if you have a round cookie cutter. You can see here that they don't line up, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually just cut off the edge here that does not line up and make them the same height. And then we're gonna go ahead and just frost these together so that they stay put, and frost the outside and do a crumb coat. And if you're sort of new to baking, a crumb coat is really just to get all of the frosting on there. It's not meant to look pretty, but really trap in all of the crumbs. You'll notice here that I put this on parchment paper, which is actually quite slippery. If I was to do this again, I'd probably do this, either tape it down or do it on a different surface, but it gets pretty messy here. We'll flip the cake up and then do the last side of the rainbow here. It's okay if a little bit of the cake is showing through because we are going to frost the rainbow colors all over it and it'll eventually get covered. Once you have all of the sides covered, we'll pop it in the fridge to let the frosting sit and settle. I really wanted to try out this new food coloring. It looks like it's made in America, and this one has 12 colors, and I ended up using about 6 of them because that's how many piping tips I actually had available for this project today. Let's make sure we have all the major colors. So to remember the rainbow colors, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. I didn't have indigo, but let's make do. Since this is the first time I was using this food coloring, I just randomly put some in there just to test out how vibrant these colors were. So here we go with experimentation. So my overall impression of this food coloring is pretty good. They don't add too much moisture to the frosting itself. The colors are super vibrant, as you can tell, and they don't really have an offensive odor, so I think this is a thumbs up for me. So let's get these into the piping bags. So you'll actually probably see that I only have 5 couplers. One of these bags is just a free floating tip, but it still worked. And if you're asking yourself right now if you should buy 6 of the same tip, I'm gonna say right now that's probably not necessary because some of these sets have tips that are so similar that it's not gonna really matter. But it does make a nice difference when you have little bits of variation there on your rainbow. And like many things in life, a lot of prep time is required for something like this, so just give yourself a couple of hours just to make sure you prep everything before you actually start frosting. All right, let's start frosting the cake. I'd put the colors in order, that way it's easy and accessible. Start with red in the center here. We'll follow up with orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And try to be aware of the width of each row here. We want to make sure that we don't run out of space or have too much space left over at the end. You'll notice as we go along the top side here, there are little bits of places where the white does show through. If that really bothers you, just make sure that you're piping really close next to your last dot, and that will really close the gap for you. I personally didn't mind that there was a little bit white showing through because I am not a perfectionist in this area. I am not a professional baker. I'm just a mom that wanted to do this for her kids and for my dad. Actually, it was his birthday and we wanted to do something fun that everybody could enjoy. So that's how this came to be. As you can see with the finished product, the colors on this cake are so beautiful, so vibrant. They did not disappoint. I really enjoyed this cake, probably one of my most favorites, and I hope you enjoy it too. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.